Hey guys, what's up? Let's listen to Zuma's application for leave to appeal. Advocate Mpofu as a lead counsel with co-counsel Advocate Buthelezi, an advocate whom I've never had before, whom I think is a brilliant rising star. But nevertheless, today I'm just going to zoom into Advocate Mpofu's attitude. I think the man has a stinking attitude. His attitude stinks to the high heavens. Why do I say that? Check this out.
The next point is, no, I can't. Yes. Well, yes, my lord. I'm using some of the time that Mr. Hotel. No, my lord, please. No, can I just say something?
You do this all the time. You're given a specific time period, and you just extend it at your will, irrespective of everyone else.
But why? Yes, but I don't have to go through this every time I stand up in this court. I have to say this. I said to you in the morning, we have put a time together, and Mr. Buthelezi. Yes, but I have to say this, please, even if it's the only thing I'm going to say. I said Mr. Buthelezi is going to use a particular amount of time. If he didn't use all that amount of time, I'm perfectly entitled to use it.
So, Mpofu, if you do not look at your watch, Mr. Buthelezi used his time exactly as was.
Okay, anyway, I'm not going to debate. I looked at the time. I know I finished at 10:06 and Mr. Buthelezi finished at 10:51, but that's fine. Anyone who's recording this will explain that. So he was 12 minutes. Yes. Yeah. Can I continue?
Yes, I've asked you to choose my remark.
Yeah. No, but my lord, I'm not. All right. So what?
Did you guys see such theatrics? Did you see that? Okay, check this out.
What I'm saying is I've lost the point now. Oh.
Precisely. Because he's lost the point in defense of his client because he was busy arguing with the judge for a right to be right about how much time has lapsed since he started speaking. Now, of course, if you want to defend Mpofu, you can go back. You can replay the time. You will definitely see that he was wrong and the judge was right. But that's not really necessarily the issue. When you are under authority, advocates are not law to themselves. Judges are not law to themselves. They also are subject to a code of conduct, to which if an advocate, for an example, is not happy about how a judge conducted themselves, they can literally write to the necessary authority and judges get to be disciplined. But you don't do that in a court of law and disrespect a judge and argue for a right to be right. And further to this, it's just how Mpofu speaks regarding his colleagues. Listen to this case, how he refers to his other colleagues, which is now the other attorneys whom he's opposing on this. His professional etiquette when he speaks to the judges, to say to the judge, my lord, or my lady, and then what follows thereafter is complete disrespect. Judges can see right through that. And for me, you know what? Judges are human beings, okay? Now, I know in terms of their training and all that, they're supposed to be objective, but objectivity is an unbiased mental attitude, which must not only be in fact, but must also be in appearance. You struggle with that as an individual when you are being assailed by a junior person. Literally, advocates are junior to judges in terms of rank. That's why they are not judges, okay? Now, there's two more judges that are seated on this bench right now. And he's saying this, whatever it is that he's saying to this judge, to disrespect him, to fight for a right to be right. What do you think the other judges are saying to themselves right now? Oh, we love this guy, listen to his argument, how that he fights with our colleague. Really? Where do you see that? Now, it doesn't happen, I can tell you that much. Having been in senior management for as long as I have, I can tell you that much. It doesn't happen like that. People tend to fight for each other's battles. Now, they may not say this out loud, That quiet part is the most dangerous part. And I think is in this case, because we're talking about a court case, in this case it's most dangerous to whomever Mpofu is representing. Think about Mpofu's career. I don't know much about his career, but everything that I've watched where he was present, he demonstrated few traits that I dislike from any employee that I've ever worked with. One, he has got he has got, I don't want to call it pride, because every human being has a pride, and it's good sometimes to be proud, because pride can drive you to overachieve at work, to meet the deadlines and all that. But no, he has got something that is called, today he would be called a narcissist, for an example. He's got a chip on both his shoulders, the size of Mount Kilimanjaro. Consequently, when he talks to his colleagues, he talks down. You get the point? He appears as Mr. Know-it-all. If you're watching this, Advocate Buthelezi is much more eloquent than Mpofu in speech. I don't know much about him. I've just seen him in this trial. But if you watch this trial, you're not going to see, or rather this application, you're not going to see Advocate Buthelezi advising Mpofu when Mpofu is speaking. But right throughout the presentation that Buthelezi did, Mpofu was whispering. Right throughout. This is to undermine the person that is standing there. It's got nothing to do with the fact that Mpofu is senior, because Ncukai Toby used to be a junior to Mpofu. He's not senior to the white people that are seated next to him, but none of those guys were whispering anything to Ncukai Toby when Ncukai Toby was presenting in the trial. That is respect. That and whilst Mpofu is busy whispering as Buthelezi is speaking, you know what does that do? What that does to an individual. When you are presenting your thoughts and somebody interjects with their own, you literally lose what is it that you wanted to say. Try it, or rather pay attention. Just be self-aware when you present anything at any given point in time. What happens when somebody interjects? And a good example is the fact that the judge brought to his attention time, and instead of him being a good steward of time, he's now fighting for the judge such that he lost his train of thought. Can you see that? But if he had said, okay, my lord, how much time do I still have left? And the judge told him, that attitude alone could have caused the judge to say, okay, I'll give you 10 more minutes. I've seen this happening with different judges. Recently, I was watching an advocate presenting to the Constitutional Court. Just how you appeal to them, my lord, how much more minutes do I still have left? And then they'll say, how much do you still need? Or you have nothing left, but how much do you still need to finalize the case? And then your presentation, and then you say 15 minutes, they say, okay, I'll give you 10, wrap up. And then you get the point. You work with people who are senior to you. You don't want to push down their throat that you know it all, you are Mr. Know-it-all, and you are smarter than them. I'm not quite sure what's causing Advocate Mpofu to behave the way he does. It's safe to say, from the issue of Marikana, the judge that was chairing that had to rein him in from time to time because of his utterances. And he's a senior counsel, where he was disrespecting President Ramaphosa. Now, of course, those who listen to this channel will know that I'm not a fan of President Ramaphosa for reasons that I have advanced in different videos. And I must do a complete video just on Ramaphosa alone. But that's not the point here. Doesn't mean I don't respect the individual. Because our constitution in paragraph 10 says every South African has an inherent right to dignity, and this dignity must be respected and protected. You don't get that from Mpofu's professionalism, how he speaks to others around him as a professional. You don't get that. Even how he was now doing a staring show with this judge. That person is senior to you. Why do you do that? That is called insubordination. But he knows that judge cannot necessarily do that without that judge being charged of lacking objectivity and so on and so forth. But that's going to count against him. Remember Judge Nugent, how from time to time he had to rein Mpofu in. This is a different one, a commission which was SARS. Remember Justice Zondo, how he had to rein Mpofu in the Zondo Commission. So clearly, whatever Mpofu wants to argue, it can't be that all these people are against you. Okay? It can't be. Look at the section 194. the public protector, we were listening to its delivery yesterday, and I've made a video which I'm yet to upload on that. But the point is this: look at what happened there. The public protector lost everything, right? Now, am I saying that Mpofu is to be entirely blamed for that? No, not at all. But look at his attitude during the hearings. How he was at loggerheads with Janji. How he was provoking Janji to anger. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. You know, in America, they talk about something that they call, when they appoint you to the bench, they ask the judge their philosophy about jurisprudence. There are people who are called advocates. Advocates are judges who believe that the legislature must be corrected. They've written laws incorrectly. Mpofu is that type of an advocate who believes that judges don't know better than him. He must correct them. And if it's at all possible, he will even correct a piece of legislation that currently exists and say that law in its current form is incorrect. Think about how much arrogance must you have to think along these lines. And he has demonstrated this at sundry times. Believe you me, I'm not being unfair here. In any case, don't have to believe me. That's what you have to tell me. What do you think? Am I being unfair? Am I being unreasonable? Do you think that Mpofu is a humble servant of the people, as he would like to portray himself? I think he's extremely arrogant. I can't stand people like him. Okay? Now, nevertheless, let me leave it at that. I have no problem with him as an individual. I respect him, but I resent his disrespect. I want you to separate the two things. I, for example, like his son, Walsh, Mpofu Walsh. I think the guy is extremely humble. That's my opinion. But that's a different matter altogether, which is also evidence to prove to you that I have nothing against the Mpofus as such. But I think Dali has a problem. And Dali needs to resolve his own issues or quit, because it's not a good testimony to children that are up and coming in law. This arrogance is not required at all. Okay, you tell me what you think. That's it. I'm out of here. By the way, they lost this one. The Zuma's application for leave to appeal was rejected. Okay, ciao. See you in the next video. Bye now. Before you click away, don't forget to like the video. Just click on like. In case you are already subscribed, good. Just click on like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Have a lovely one. Bye for now. Don't forget to give me your opinion about Mpofu.